we're here at CPAC.
We're here at CPAC.
Tell me what you think of it.
Well, I gotta tell you, Tiffany, I love it. I love it. And I love it not because I feel at home here. This is not my place. Okay, let me just make sure that you understand.
This is not my place.
This is not my place. But this is where I can really produce.
Because you were barred last year.
Yeah.
So what'd you do to get in this year?
We were barred last year, and we stood outside. We had the booth, and they took the booth away because atheists. And then so I took we came here and we had the pamphlets, and I stood out in the hallway, and I handed out the things, and I told people to tell CPAC to let the atheists in. Apparently they did.
Oh.
And you may remember last year I was really happy with all the atheists that I met. And all the Christian supporters that I met. So this year, we had we made a deal, okay? We made a really good deal. We talked to Dan Schneider at CPAC, and he is the executive director at CPAC. And he is a good guy, frankly. He's a good guy. He's not a stereotypical anything. He's not a stereotypical Republican.
So why the hell is he running CPAC?
Because stereotypical Republicans aren't all there is.
Oh, okay.
And this is what we've discovered, and this is what we found. You know, I came here to sow a little discord, and to really, you know, establish atheism here, and it is far. It's there's a lot of atheists here already.
Right.
Okay, and there's a lot of support here already, and the interesting thing about CPAC is that it's not one big monolith of anti-abortion, anti-gay, anti-death with dignity, Christians for Jesus assholes. It's not.
So,
it's not.
So I got a question then, because Jeb Bush was booed.
Yeah.
Right? And you've got, because they say he kind of supported gay marriage.
Yeah.
So what you're saying sounds kind of, you know, I mean, where are they then?
And this is the thing. I mean, it's a stew, okay?
Right.
It's a stew. There are plenty of haters here. There are also plenty of lovers, okay? And this is what we didn't know, you know, because I'm an outsider. I mean, CPAC, what the hell am I going to do with CPAC, right? So we look at CPAC and we see, okay, we see Bushes, and we see Gingrich, and we see Sarah Palin, and we see, okay, that's them. And what we don't realize is that there's a whole other part of them that don't like the stuff that we don't like.
Right.
Okay? They deal with it because they have more important issues on their mind. So we meet here, and it is exhausting here because, I mean, if I go to Creating Change, if I go to National Organization for Women, if I go to the, you know, Netroots Nation, I'm going to meet people who love me, or people who love us, and people who are kind of metza about us.
Right.
That's not it here. Here, we got the entire gamut. Some people here call me a hero. Some people here call me a villain.
Right.
Okay, and I got everything in between. Okay, and that's what we have. That's the message that we get from CPAC. It is not a monolith. It is a cauldron, and it is. It's not even the Sarah Palins and the Newt Gingrich and the anti-gay, homophobic, anti-abortionists are not ubiquitous by any means. In fact, they may not even be the majority of the people I met here. They may not even be the majority. Okay, we've been here for 2.5 days now. We've got 7 sign-up sheets of members.
Really?
7 sign-up sheets of members. I came with 2 bags full of conservative atheist pins. We ran out.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, they're all young people, right?
Almost all of them were young.
Yeah. Paulies.
Almost all of them were Rand Paul supporters. A lot of Ted Cruz supporters, too.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, surprisingly. Absolutely no Jeb Bush supporters. Okay? But, yeah, this is, we have this impression as an atheist organization and as atheists as a community, we have this impression that we've got this great big bad guy. We do not have this great big bad guy. We have a Trojan horse.
Right.
Okay? That looks big and it looks bad, but guess what? It's got potential.
Right.
It's got potential. And what we have done here, we came here to sow, like I said, to sow a little discord and to make atheism a part. And when I say sow discord, I'm talking about sowing discord among the religious right. What we found is that the discord is already here. All we have to do is organize it.
Right.
And that's what we're going to do.
So you think the religious element of the conservative side of politics is sort of eroding away ever slowly?
It is. And there are people here who are, and I'm not saying a few people, there are a lot of people right here at CPAC who are sick and tired of that shit. And they are thrilled that we are here. Christians and atheists are sick and tired of it, and they're thrilled that we're here to represent. Now, there are also the assholes that you would expect, and we have had some words with some people, and that's why it gets tiring, because you don't know when somebody comes up to your booth, you don't know where the conversation's going to go. You have no idea.
You know my next question, right?
What?
What's the worst thing you've heard so far?
Nothing terrible. Nothing that... No, the stereotypical stuff. You're going to hell. You're the reason... I've heard you atheists took prayer out of school and sits down in the handbasket, and we're all going downhill to hell because of you. We've had a couple fake atheists. The people who say, I'm an atheist and I hate you. But when you want to talk about it, they run away.
Oh,
they're fake atheists.
Right.
They're liars.
Right.
But it's not about that. It's about the good stuff.
Right.
It's about the good stuff. It's about the fact that I have been thanked, over 100 times in the past couple of days?
Right.
I have gotten positive feedback in one way or another 200 times.
So how come it's exhausting?
Because you don't know where you're going.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because you don't know where you're going. You're going from one to another all the time. It's very tiring. But it's so rewarding. This has been so productive.
Right.
And what we did this year is we gathered our names. We asked them if they wanted to be part of an atheist conservative group. There is no atheist conservative group like Log Cabin Republicans.
Really?
No, there isn't one. And I don't want to keep coming here. It's exhausting. So wouldn't it be nice if a year or 2 or 3 from now there was an independent group fostering atheism and conservatism?
Do you honestly think that's going to happen? Because it seems like...
After this weekend, I honestly think it's going to happen.
Because it seems like when I think conservative, I don't think secularism. I don't think disbelief.
Guess what? It's real. It's real, and it's doable. And look at this big picture.
Right.
Think about what we can do. If we can create a situation where atheism is known and accepted inside conservatism, what will the candidates do? They will change. The amount of Christian rhetoric will change as soon as they're aware that a portion of their base is proudly atheistic.
Right.
They will change.
I hope so.
And what will that do? That will strip the religious right of its power base. The melding of conservatism and Christianity has been very, very good for Christianity, very, very bad for conservatism.
Yeah.
And once we separate the two, and I'm not talking about expelling anybody, I'm not talking about, and for anybody watching this, I'm not talking about anything violent here, okay? Because I don't want anything misconstrued. But what happens when we make the fiscal conservatives realize that the social conservatives are holding them back?
Right.
Okay? When we say 17 to 20 million atheists who, statistically speaking, would seriously consider voting Republican are all voting Democrat out of self-defense.
Right.
All the time.
Oh, you're losing a huge chunk.
Chunks.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get tired of it. All they have to do is lose a couple of elections.
Right.
And they'll get tired of it. And guess what? We can do this. And wouldn't it be nice, Tiffany, if we had 2 parties from which to choose in an election? If we weren't forced to vote Democrat.
Right.
Because of self-preservation. If we weren't told by half of the politicians that were second-class citizens.
Right.
What would that do? We can accomplish this. 2 years ago, I would have said maybe. Now I say probably.
Mm-hmm.
This is an endeavor, and this is why I say it's so productive to come here. This is belly of the beast infiltration for their own good,
right,
and for our own good. Okay, the only people who are going to suffer from this is the people who only are using religion or are using politics to push their religion,
right on,
which is illegal and immoral and un-American. So screw it.